Across the quiet outskirts of a small observatory nestled deep in the mountains, far from the city's glow and far from the noise of humanity, one astronomer stared into the darkness of space and accidentally captured an image that would shock the scientific world.
When a young South Asian man looked at the processed image on his computer screen,
the mysterious interstellar object racing through our solar system had been teasing astronomers with its unpredictable brightness, strange rotation, and unexplainable trajectory shifts. Observatories around the world were struggling to capture a clear, stable
The light
image of
pulses were not
it.
random.
Large telescopes saw only faint streaks. Some saw flashes that could not be explained. But it wasn't NASA, ESA, or any huge research facility that captured the clearest
As you can
photograph.
see, the data
It was
is
a single astronomer
unprecedented.
with an advanced
That's why we're
amateur
working
telescope,
closely with
perfect weather,
JPL
and a
and
lucky
30 different
alignment of cosmic
universities to
timing.
verify the findings.
When he looked at the processed image on his computer screen,
For the
he
first
froze,
time,
because
the
3i
world was
Atlas
about
didn't
to
look like
see
a
the
comet.
object up close.
It didn't resemble
And
an
what the
asteroid.
South
It didn't appear natural at all. For the first time, the world was about to see the object up close, and what he saw was unbelievable. The image showed an elongated object with sharp geometric boundaries, edges too clean to be shaped by random cosmic collisions. Instead of the fuzzy halo of a typical comet, the object emitted an unusual, symmetrical glow, as if reacting to sunlight in a structured, controlled way.
Instead of the fuzzy
astronomer
halo
zoomed
of a
in,
typical
expecting
comet,
distortion,
the
but the
object
details stayed
emitted an
intact.
unusual,
He thought his
symmetrical
equipment
glow.
malfunctioned. He cleaned his
It
lenses
didn't
twice.
shed debris.
He recalibrated.
Instead, its
scanned
reflective
again.
facets glowed intensely.
The object looked the same. A cold shiver ran through him as he realized this wasn't a glitch, it was real. The surface of 3i Atlas appeared fatigued, almost
It
crystalline,
reminded him
with
that
reflective
humanity
planes
was
that caught
small,
sunlight at angles
very
natural
small,
comets never do.
in a universe
It
full
looked
of
like a shard,
secrets.
something sculpted, something fragile yet ancient,
Maybe
like a
it is
fragment
the
of a long-lost
fossil of a
structure drifting through
civilization
interstellar
older
space.
than Earth.
On the edges of the object,
Or maybe-
faint dark grooves carved parallel lines across its body, almost like ventilation channels or structural ribs. No known natural object in deep space possessed
Not
such straight,
necessarily
repeating
artificial,
patterns.
but extremely
When the
rare
astronomer
in
released
nature.
the image online, it
Stranger
spread like
still,
wildfire.
The object emitted
NASA reached out within
Observatories
hours.
around the world were
The
struggling to
scientific
capture a
community
clear,
was split in
stable image of
disbelief,
it.
excitement,
Large
shock, and
telescopes
denial.
saw only faint streaks.
How could a single civilian capture a clearer image than billion-dollar observatories? But when NASA's image experts examined the data, they confirmed the image was genuine,
That's
unaltered, unmanipulated,
That's impossible.
and astronomically consistent with the object's known brightness and trajectory. This was the clearest photo
Or
of
something
3i
even
Atlas
stranger?
humanity had ever seen.
The grooves circling its
raised
body
disturbing
were especially
questions.
troubling.
For
They were
one, the
evenly
object's
spaced.
reflectivity was
Private
far higher than
aerospace
expected,
companies offered
almost
him
like polished
contracts.
mineral or metallic crystal.
But what
Its
truly
brightness
haunted him
changed too rapidly to
wasn't
be
the
explained
fame.
by simple rotation.
Some theories
Instead,
suggested
pulsed
internal
faintly,
heat
like a slow
variations.
heartbeat of reflected light.
Others proposed
Naturally
rotational
formed.
changes.
Comets are chaotic, dusty, uneven, and asymmetrical. But the object in the photo looked engineered. Scientists began
Your
analyzing every
analysis is
pixel.
flawed, Doctor.
It is not
Was
flawed.
this truly an
This
alien
is
artifact?
extraordinary. The debate has
Or
now
the fragment
surpassed
of a
1
planet's crust
million
torn apart in a
concurrent
cosmic
viewers.
collision?
The scientific
Or something
community
even
dismissed
stranger.
the emotional
The
interpretation.
grooves circling its
but
body were
millions around
especially
the
troubling.
world felt the
They were
same
evenly
when they
spaced,
saw the
consistent
image.
in width,
This
and perfectly
changes
parallel
everything.
across the
It proves
photographed region. Some astronomers
Nonsense.
argued that
The data
high-speed
must be
collisions in the
flawed.
early
We can't
formation of
deny
star
this
systems
evidence.
could create linear fractures in crystalline planetary material. Others argued that even the most extreme natural forces typically produce chaotic patterns,
They
not
confirmed the
perfect
image was
symmetry.
genuine,
The debate
unaltered,
spiraled into heated
unmanipulated, and
arguments,
astronomically
research papers,
consistent
and
with the
global
object's
live
known
stream
brightness
discussions.
and trajectory.
Yet
Whatever
nobody
it
could
is,
deny one
it's
thing:
older than
3i
anything
Atlas
humanity
didn't
has
behave
ever
like
touched.
anything natural.
It's a message from
The
a
astronomer
different era
himself
of the
remained
galaxy.
silent for days, overwhelmed by media attention. When he finally spoke publicly, he described the moment he first saw the image. It felt like it was looking back, he admitted quietly. Not literally. But the structure, the angles, something felt intentional. The scientific community dismissed
And
the emotional
3i
interpretation,
slash
but millions
Atlas,
around the world
captured
felt
by
the
a
same
lone
when they saw the
African-American
image.
male astronomer on a clear
For the
night.
first time,
And the
3i
core
Atlas
emitted
felt
a
less like a
faint,
comet and more like a
golden
messenger,
halo.
an an object from
Like an
beyond our
internal
solar system
chamber
carrying
heating
secrets
up.
older than Earth itself.
We're seeing
As researchers
significant
dug
stress
deeper
fractures
into the
on
data,
nucleus.
more
It's
anomalies
breaking up.
surfaced.
The atlas is
A spectral
shattering.
analysis revealed strange reflections at tightly grouped
Look at these
wavelengths,
anomalies.
signals
The
that
spectral
hinted at
analysis
layered
is showing
materials
strange
instead of a
reflections
single
here.
rock type.
Tightly grouped wavelengths.
The
It
outer
has to be
structure
layered
showed
materials.
resonance
It can't
patterns
be a
similar to
single rock
certain
type.
metal materials,
But its
substances
angle
engineered
and
to
thickness
manipulate
appeared
electromagnetic
deliberately
waves.
uniform.
Not necessarily
Suddenly,
artificial,
the
but
object no
extremely
longer
rare in
resembled a
nature.
But the grooves remained a thorn in
Stranger
their
still,
side.
the object
Nothing
emitted
in
faint
natural
infrared
astrophysics
pulses at
creates
perfectly
repeating
timed
structural
intervals.
ribs across an elongated
They were too
shard
weak
like
to be
that.
communication
But
signals,
then
yet their
NASA quietly
consistency raised
released an
eyebrows.
internal report that
Some
leaked to the
theories
public.
suggested internal
It
heat
suggested
variations.
that the material
Others
composition
proposed rotational changes. But one group of astrophysicists introduced a more radical possibility. The object's interior might contain cavities or hollow regions
could a
that
planet's
expand and
core
contract as it
fracture into
rotates,
hollow
creating
crystalline
rhythmic beat
shards
patterns.
after being torn apart
Was
by a
3I
star?
Atlas hollow?
Possibly.
The idea was almost too outrageous to consider. But the astronomer's photo did show faint dark voids, perhaps cracks, perhaps tunnels, running along its surface.
For months,
If the
3I
object was hollow, that would further
the
challenge the idea
mysterious
of it being
interstellar
natural.
object racing through our
NASA
solar
began
system.
running simulations on object formation under extreme gravitational conditions. Could a planet's core fracture into hollow crystalline shards after being torn apart by a star?
Reroute auxiliary power
Possibly.
to the main array.
We have
But
a
the grooves
trajectory
remained a thorn in
deviation.
their
It's
side.
shifting course.
Nothing
I
in
see
natural
it.
astrophysics
Get me a
creates
stabilization
repeating
fix
structural
now.
ribs across an elongated shard like that. Meanwhile, another revelation shocked researchers. When comparing the object's brightness over time,
It felt like
scientists
it was
noticed
looking
something
back,
strange.
not literally.
3I Atlas brightened
But
and
the
dimmed in response to
structure,
solar
the
storms.
angles, something felt
When the sun released a
intentional.
burst of solar wind, the object reacted by increasing its reflectivity, almost like it was absorbing and re-emitting the energy. Most objects darken or remain unaffected. But 3I Atlas responded like a living mineral, reactive crystal, or something capable of charging under solar radiation.
It was the fact that every night,
The
a
astronomer's
middle-aged
photograph
East
captured this
Asian man
reflective
aimed his
transition
telescope at
perfectly,
the object
showing the
and
object's
watched it
surface
silently
glowing with an
drift
eerie
through the
emerald
solar
sheen.
system.
Within weeks, more telescopes worldwide replicated the image, not as clear as the astronomers, but consistent. The object's facete shape was
Maybe
real.
it is a fragment
Its
of a
grooves were
long-dead
real.
world.
Its reflective
Maybe it
pulses
is
were real.
debris from an ancient
What nobody
stellar
expected
war.
was what came next. A deeper
Meanwhile,
analysis of the
another
astronomer's
revelation
original
shocked
image revealed
researchers.
something hidden in the
When
shadows,
comparing the
a
object's
small
brightness
protrusion
over
on
time,
one side of the
South
object,
Asia-
shaped like a broken fin or vein. It was angled sharply outward, almost like a fractured stabilizer or wing. Was it a natural fracture? Possibly.
NASA began running
But its angle and
simulations on
thickness appeared
object
deliberately
formation
uniform.
under extreme
Suddenly,
gravitational
the
conditions.
object no longer resembled a shard, it looked like the remaining piece of a much larger structure. Speculation exploded online. Some believed it was the remnant of a shattered Dyson-like energy
Now,
collector.
as 3I/Atlas
Others believed it was
continues
debris
its
from an
journey
ancient
out of the
alien
solar
starship.
system, the East
More
Asian
grounded
male
theories
astronomer
suggested it was part of the mantle of an exoplanet, torn apart when its star collapsed. The astronomer who captured the image refused wild theories, yet admitted, whatever it is, it's older than anything humanity has ever touched. It's a message from a different era of the galaxy. But then
Others
NASA quietly
argued that
released an
even the
internal
most
report that
extreme
leaked to the
natural
public.
forces typically
It
produce
suggested that the
chaotic
material
patterns,
composition of
not
3I
perfect
Atlas
symmetry.
was unlike any known
Others
asteroid
believed
or
it was
comet in
debris
our
from an
solar system.
ancient alien starship.
The spectra
More
indicated
grounded
complex
theories
carbon
suggested
lattices,
it was part of the
interwoven
mantle
with
of an
metals in
exoplanet.
unlikely ratios.
Others
Some layers
believed
showed
the
extreme
structured
molecular
glow
alignment,
indicated
far too
layers
ordered for
activating
random
at different
formation.
temperatures.
The report cautiously stated, some
Running
regions
along
of the
its
structure
surface.
show anomalous
If the
organization
object was
inconsistent
hollow,
with stochastic
that would
natural
further
formation.
challenge the idea of it being
In simple
natural.
terms, parts of it looked like something assembled.
Scientists
The
call
astronomer was stunned when he learned
humanity's
his photograph
first
had
close
triggered
look
this
at an
breakthrough.
interstellar marriage.
He hadn't just captured a picture,
Some
he had opened a
astronomers argued
scientific
that
Pandora's
high-speed
box.
collisions in the early formation
Dozens
of
of
star
universities
systems
invited
could
him
create
to
linear
lectures.
fractures in crystalline
Space
planetary
agencies
material.
requested his raw data. Private aerospace companies offered him contracts. But what truly haunted him wasn't the fame, it was the fact that every night
argue the
he aimed his
brightness comes
telescope at the
directly from the
object and
volatile
watched it
materials
silently
beneath the
drift through the
surface.
solar
The
system
energy
like a ghost of
signature is
unknown
far
origin.
too high for standard
It reminded him
cryovolcanism.
that humanity was small,
Speculation
very small,
exploded
in a universe
online.
full of secrets.
Some believed it was the
As
remnant
3i
of a
Atlas
shattered
approached
Dyson-like
perihelion,
energy
the point
collector.
closest to the sun, scientists expected the heat to shatter it. But instead, something unbelievable happened. The object grew brighter, too bright. It didn't
She
break
hadn't just
apart.
captured a picture.
It didn't shed
She had
debris.
opened a scientific
Instead,
Pandora's
its reflective
box.
facets glowed intensely, as if the object was awakening, resonating with solar radiation. The astronomer captured multiple images during this period, and each showed increased
The outer
structural
structure
clarity.
showed resonance
The
patterns
grooves lit
similar
up
to
like
certain
glowing
metamaterials.
circuits.
Substances
A protruding
engineered
fin
to
glimmered with
manipulate
metallic
electromagnetic waves.
And the core emitted a faint,
Some
golden
regions of the
halo,
structure
like an
show
internal
anomalous
chamber heating up.
organization,
Some
inconsistent with
scientists argued that
stochastic
the
natural
brightness came from
formation.
volatile
The
materials beneath
spectra
the surface.
indicated complex carbon
Others believed the
lattices,
structured glow
interwoven
indicated
with
layers
metals
activating
in
at different
unlikely
temperatures.
ratios.
But the astronomer
They
saw
followed
something
a
everyone
repeating
else missed.
sequence,
The light
one
pulses
that
were
grew
not
stronger
random.
as 3i
They followed a
Atlas
repeating
left the
sequence,
sun's
one that grew
influence.
stronger as 3i
The
Atlas left
They
the
were
sun's
too weak
influence.
to be communication
The
signals.
object seemed to
yet their
respond to the sun like a
consistency
dormant
raised
seed reacting to
eyebrows.
light after a long winter. Now, as 3i Atlas continues
The
its
evidence
journey
for
out
the
of the
star's
solar
collapse
system,
is
the astronomer's
conclusive.
photograph remains the most
Therefore, we
iconic
must
image ever
reject
captured
these
of the
wild
object.
theories.
Scientists call it humanity's first close look at an interstellar message. Whether natural or artificial, the image proves one thing beyond any doubt: the universe is not quiet,
Was
not empty,
3i
not simple.
Atlas hollow?
It is filled with relics,
The idea was
fragments,
almost too
travelers,
outrageous
and
to
mysteries
consider.
that defy our
Was this
understanding.
truly an alien
And 3i
artifact?
Atlas,
Or the
captured by a lone
fragment of a
astronomer on a
planet's
clear
crust,
night,
torn
may be the
apart
most
in a
mysterious
cosmic
visitor
collision?
we have ever
What
encountered.
nobody expected was
Even
what
today,
came next.
he often
A
looks at that
deeper
image on his
analysis of
screen,
the African
zooming in on
American
the
female
grooves, the
astronomer's
reflected
original
planes,
image
the
revealed
strange
something
protrusion,
hidden.
wondering
Whatever
what
the
cosmic
truth,
story
the
the object
astronomer's
carries.
image changed the conversation
Maybe it is a
forever.
fragment of a long-dead
It
world.
forced humanity to confront
Maybe it
a
is debris
humbling
from an
reality.
ancient stellar war. Maybe it is the
When the
fossil of a
sun released a
civilization
burst
older
of
than
solar
Earth.
wind, the
Or
object
maybe it is
reacted
simply
by
nature,
increasing its
complex,
reflectivity.
unpredictable, and
Almost
beautiful
Whether
beyond
natural or
imagination.
artificial, the image
Whatever the
proves
truth,
one thing
the
beyond
astronomer's
any
image
doubt.
changed the
The
conversation
universe
forever.
is not quiet, not
It
empty,
forced humanity
not
to
simple.
confront a humbling
Within
reality.
weeks,
We
more
are not the
telescopes
first travelers in
worldwide
this galaxy.
replicated the image.
And
Not as
3i
clear as the
Atlas,
young
silent
Hispanic
and
female
drifting,
astronomers,
is the proof.
but consistent.